Hi, this is Kimball Bullington, and this is Supply Chain Operations Management 3620. And welcome to the spring of 2021, and hope we have a great time together. So, I guess the first thing I'd like to do is to try to convince you to take the course seriously. I know that by this time in your college career, you have been taught a couple things. One is that most professors are boring, and secondly, and maybe this is most important, that the classes are irrelevant. And unfortunately, that's been true almost every time for you. Most of the jobs in Middle Tennessee, and in fact across the country, are in some way or another related to supply chain management. You don't believe that right now. Hopefully you will soon. It's something I believe. So this course could be relevant because you're more likely to get a job in a job related to supply chain management than you are into any other area. Another factor that you should consider is that the faculty of supply chain management have tried to put together course, and this course in particular, that's related to jobs. So this course was created with feedback from local industry people, hiring managers, and we made a huge number of changes to the course in order to make it relevant to Middle Tennessee jobs as well as jobs elsewhere. So I'm going to try to do my part to be interesting. And the course is relevant. I hope you'll give me a little bit more time as we go through to accept that. And then I want to propose to you that you could learn something if you wanted to, and that's really your job. I think a lot of times students blame professors on the learning part. We could be blamed on the boring part, and we could be blamed on the irrelevant part. This course, I hope, will be neither. But the learning part is really on you. If you decide to look for useful lessons, they're there. And so I'm going to sort of put that back on you. So you can read about me in the introduction and the syllabus. Let me go first of all, though, in the course here in the D2L. And you have a home page here that I'll post news from time to time. So I would ask you to please look at the news because this is one of the ways that I can communicate with you. And then if you click on content is where I'm going to live. Some professors live in the calendar, and some students love to live in the calendar. I'm just going to tell you up front, I live in the content. So if you come to me later on and say something about that's not in the calendar, I didn't see that in the calendar, that's not where I live. And I'm asking you to sort of get to know the contents. And so if you go through, here's this table of contents down on the left, and there's a syllabus. There's not a lot that's significant in the syllabus, but it does have the course times and so on, and has the topics and when they occur. There's an introductory discussion. You need to get started with that. And also, as I grade discussions, I'm really looking for, in a discussion, for two people to be talking to each other. Last minute posts don't work as discussions. You know that. That's not a discussion. It's just a post. So I'm hoping that we'll actually get some discussions because you could learn something from that and make some good connections. So you have that. We have a number of modules here. We have 7 modules throughout the course. And in each one, there'll probably be a little just sort of description or about the module, resources and lectures. So this is where you would find PowerPoints and in some cases short videos. Very relevant short videos in module 1. Just telling you, well, what is supply chain management? And we got a number of those from Arizona State University, and we did that because they're just, I believe they're the best ones out there. Then there's discussions, Assignments, and in Module 1 we actually have an extra credit assignment, and you can turn that in later or just put it here in Module 1 so you know it was there. And then quiz. Each module will have a quiz. So you go through that, and there's 7. Let me pull over the syllabus just for a second. And if we look at the grading structure in the syllabus, see we have discussions, that's 20%. I'll just go ahead and tell you I'll drop the lowest discussion grade. Dropbox assignments, 60%. I don't drop any of those. Quizzes, 10%. Final exam is 10%. And later on, I'll tell you a little bit more about the final exam. It's a take-home. All of these, I don't see anything really scary here. But look at the Dropbox assignment. 60% of your grade comes from the Dropbox assignment. I want to say that these points may change slightly as I take a last look at some of the assignments, but these are approximate range of the points right now. And then at the very end, you see the coursework, and it has week off, so 15 weeks, and then it has the start of the week date, and those are all the Mondays of the, I believe, except maybe for week 15, I think that's actually the Sunday. And so our class meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Half of you will be meeting on Tuesday, half of you on Thursday. I'll be sending out an email in the next week, basically telling you which day that you have. So I look forward to the course. I look forward to being with you and learning a little bit more about you through your introduction. I'll get started on that right away. And I'm hoping that we will have a couple of professionals come in and visit during the semester. And I do want to say one thing about Zoom classes. When we have Zoom, and it's a two-way Zoom, not just like a Panopto recording, but when we have a Zoom session and we're on there together, I really appreciate it if you turn your video on. Of course, I want you to be decent when you do that, but having a meeting with someone and they don't turn their video on is really sort of disrespectful. Now, I know you're probably off doing something else. Then I really will just basically treat you as if you're not there, as if you're absent, if you don't have your video on, unless you tell me specifically on that day some reason why it can't be. So I'm expecting video on in the Zooms. Thanks. Looking forward to it. And you can see a little bit of my introduction in the introductory discussion, and we may have more about that a little later. Thanks. See you soon.